keeping the lake's shipping routes clear.
We're trying to keep it as open as possible.
We're gonna bend it a little.
We're also with the rescue of a boat was going and then got stuck. We'll try to locate it out to actually put that other part.
Gertler says the district currently only has one dedicated icebreaker, but can other vessels that can also be that purpose if needed.
I bent it a little and I'm fucked.
Radio News.
So I can't bend it back while I'm behind here.
NPR comes from the station. And from Indeed, designed to be an end-to-end hiring solution for businesses of all sizes to attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one platform. Learn more at Indeed.com/NPR. From Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments team of specialists offer guidance on investing, retirement income, and Social Security. FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involve the risk of loss. And from the listeners who support this NPR station.
It's All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Mary Louise Kelly.
And I'm Ari Shapiro. 3 years ago, Harry Dunn was an officer defending the Capitol from violent insurrectionists. As he later told the House January 6th committee, the riot and the racist attacks he endured left him in shock.
I became very emotional and began yelling, how the blank did something like this happen? Is this America? I began sobbing. Officers came over to console me.
Now, the former U.S. Capitol police officer has announced he wants to return to the Capitol as a congressman. He is running as a Democrat for a seat in his home state of Maryland. And Harry Dunn is with us now. Welcome to All Things Considered.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
You made this announcement of your campaign close to the 3rd anniversary of the January 6th insurrection, and I imagine that was deliberate. What does that date represent to you?
If January 6th didn't happen, maybe you and I aren't having this conversation right now. However, it did. And I've never been a stranger to public service. I've been a public servant the last 15 plus years of my life. You know, maybe I would have considered Congress after the end of my full career, a full, 25-year plus career. But January 6th did happen, and it springboarded me to this moment right now.
What was it about January 6th that made you say, you know what, maybe I would have run for office a decade from now, but I have to do it today?
Yeah, because I don't think that's an exaggeration to say that we're one election away from the extinction of democracy as we know it. I don't have the election yet waiting to see if I can retire and then maybe consider running for Congress. There's a clear and perfect threat right now to our democracy, and I believe it's worth fighting for.
You say you're running to defend democracy, but recently elected House Speaker Mike Johnson said just yesterday on CBS's Face the Nation that the 2020 election violated the Constitution. So how can a single congressman in a body run by many Republicans who still discredit or fought to overturn the election do that job of defending democracy?
What I've been doing since January 6th, I've been doing as a public citizen, just somebody who is refusing to be quiet and letting people in the body of Congress perpetuate their lies, whitewashing and downplaying what happened that day. And I've been doing that since I've been a citizen. But now, as a congressman, I believe that gives me a seat at the table with a little more credibility, so to speak. And I can't be dismissed as just some angry, American partisan guy. I will actually be their colleague, their equal, and they'll have to face me. And through legislation, through debate, I will have a seat at that table. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I should do to this guy what he's doing to the guy in front of him. Just ride his ass a foot away.
As a one-issue candidate, is that accurate?
That's far from accurate. I align with a lot of the democratic principles and values that the Democratic Party talks about. Common sense gun reform, the woman's right to choose, voting rights. I agree with all of those issues, and I'm very passionate about that. However, I think that those issues fall under the umbrella of democracy. And if democracy falls, then I think those issues kind of go out the window because, President Trump, in his own words, has said he wants to be a dictator for a day. So in that day, that day turn into a week, a year, 4 years, the rest of his life.
See you guys.
And then what does he do with that power that he
Catch you later on that shit. But they're
You're
coming right
running
now.
in what is considered a safe Democratic district in a crowded primary field with the retiring incumbent. Many of the candidates who are running against you in the primary are Maryland state senators or delegates who already have legislative experience. Why do you think voters should choose you over somebody who has already worked in this space?
I can completely appreciate all the work that those candidates have done And you know, we're all
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
None of them have been representatives in the United States House of Representatives. I also have been a public servant the last 15 plus years of my life. So I'm not a career politician, I'm a career public servant. And I think that's what it takes. My job is to listen to the people, to give them a voice on the floors of Congress and the halls of Congress. That is my job. And I think that my experience as a law enforcement officer has given me the ability to be able to do that effectively.
Former U.S. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn, now running as a Democrat to represent Maryland in Congress. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you.
The FAA says airlines can now start inspecting their grounded Boeing planes to get them back in the air. About 170 planes were removed from service after part of the fuselage on a Boeing 737 MAX 9 blew out on Friday night. State United Airlines says it has found
Make this light no matter what. Make this light no matter what color it is. Yellow, green, or red.
Hi, Joel.
Hey, Mary.
Okay, so what is the latest start with the grounded Boeing jets? What's going on?
Yeah, United Airlines and Alaska Airlines.
I always wish that I'm first at this light so I can just do this. But I'm always back there.
This particular component that failed.
Always behind like 10 cars. Not today. I got that.
This is the component that blew
Got
up
it.
as an Alaska
Got
Airlines
them.
plane just taken
Got
off
it.
from Portland, Oregon. Passengers and crew described hearing a loud bang as this
Nobody
panel
cares on
rose
here.
from the
You know what I
plane
mean?
16,000 feet.
Nobody cares.
The depressurization was violent enough to damage seats.
All right, later.